Just spilt them. Oh my goodness, I'm live and I just spilt mimosa on my pants. Oh my goodness.
That's straight up alcohol abuse.
Welcome, dear friends. Welcome to the Brunch-Time watch party for Macbeth, Death by Fluffy Kittens, including all of these amazing people. We've got two of our patrons who have been joining us in roles on the show. We have Eliza Catherine, also known as the lovely talented Erin Donnelly. She was your Mrs. Macduff. We have the Reverend Tommy Abbott, who was Malcolm and also died as a Macduff. We have Jade Devere alias Mitch Ernst, who was Lady Macbeth. And we also have Mac Amy, who was your Macbeth. I am your friendly neighbor, Shakespeare. Off-screen wife is sitting right over there. Off-screen, there's her hand. And we are ready. I hope all of you are ready to watch the show with us today. We have mimosas. I have hot coffee made from my French press. It's the last of my good coffee, so I really need to order more.
That must be like a cardinal sin for you, running out of good coffee.
I know, it's sad. It's sad. I have a lot of crappy coffee though too, so that'll get me through. We made whipped coffee, iced whipped coffee for off-screen wife. So that's a fun thing that we're gonna do at some point in the future. I think the next one of these we do. I'm gonna have a prepping video of like, hey, here's all the foods and stuff we're doing. We have a berry bowl. We've got mimosas. We also have fudgy brownies that off-screen wife made. And I made this morning egg pops.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're going to
like how ironic is the brownies? Yes, make brownies.
It's lots of protein. It's fine. Yes, it is. Well, I do hope that you're enjoying it at home. Let me know in the comments what you're having today. And because we're going to be treating this as a big commentary track, we're going to be having fun this morning for the next hour or so. So, friends, I raise my mimosa glass and my coffee cup to all of you at home watching and joining in here with me. To the cast of Macbeth, Death by Fluffy Kittens, long may we survive the Fluffy Kittens. All right. Cheers. Cheers. Oh, and as Paolo Garbanzo said the other day, on Friday, to properly toast in Italian, you need to make awkward eye contact with everybody. So, there we go. Lots of awkward eye contact. There we go. Yeah, make it awkward. There we go. Let's
throw it back to a Chase Treasure shirt. Look me in the eyes when you bang me for cheers. Cheers.
But let's bring up the movie, and I call it a movie very, very loose. I should
move in it.
And here we go. Let's in our show, The Tale of Macbeth, Death by Fluffy Kittens. Now, friends, this story begins, as all good stories do, with assistance from you. Because my wife just brought him up. He's on the Milo. It wouldn't be my show. This story begins as all good stories do, distracted by my own show. With audience interaction. All of you at home need to participate with the show, and so we will show you how it happens. So when I say everybody says ooh, I need to hear all of you say ooh. Ooh.
We struggled with these so much.
I think we did, because I think like I was like a little bit too ahead, and then some people were behind me, and then I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god.
Dramatic music. I'm turning it down because if the people really want to watch the show, they can just go watch it.
I always tried to say mine like super quick because I knew there was a time delay.
There were times that I would manage to unmute it on time, and times when I'm clicking it like unmute.
Most of the time I just left my mic on and I just made sure I wasn't like moving around a lot. Because I knew I would forget to turn my mic on, so I just left it on.
Wow, that was amazing watching us all explode up on screen.
Right?
That was so crazy.
Especially McGinger.
Amy, I loved like when you did Macbeth and your hair was just like so extra.
Yeah. When I found that wig, I was like, I have to.
It's like I just gotta make it extra poofy today.
That was only the second time I ever did ginger hair in drag, and I liked how it turned out.
Yeah, I love how it turned out because I'm so used to you doing the violet hair, which looks really great on you too. But like when I saw the ginger, I was like,
I was gonna go with black hair until I was reading through the script, and I was like, I have to have red, and the only red I have is like Little Mermaid red.
Which you would have made work, admit it.
Right? I almost went with it, but then I was like, I have an excuse to buy a different wig.
You know what? I am happy to help with that.
Thank you.
I was like this close to getting a Party City wig that was orange and whatnot for my Ronald McDuff time frame. When I was trying to find something to use for the crown when I transferred over, but I didn't get it.
When I do the show live at Renaissance Fest, the wig I have for Macbeth, I go through kind of 3 years. Now, I mean, post-COVID world, I don't know what but those are definitely Party City wigs for Macbeth.
I found you can get really good wigs on Amazon. Just saying.
you really can because there's a blonde wig that I got off Amazon for my Hera cosplay, and I was like, all right, I don't know if I'm gonna like this, and I slipped it on, and I was like, holy shit, this makes me actually look like I'm a blonde.
Yeah.
Like most of my lavender wigs are from Amazon and only cost like $40.
Yeah, but I'm looking to spend as little money as possible on these wigs.
Well,
Because I just all sorts of crap happen. But Thomas, speaking of wigs and crown, there are people who, when I say, and so Malcolm puts on the crown and he's like, oh, Malcolm, well, Macduff picks up this severed head. Half the time, either Macduff or Malcolm will take the wig, which is Macbeth's severed head, and then put it on their own head. And I'm like, what's wrong? Why are you this sick of a person?
We used one of my wigs for the blood show at the New Jersey Fair, and I told the crew it's going to be covered in blood, so afterward you have to rinse it out. And they didn't. And we came back week 2 and it was all mold. And I was like, that was my personal wig, which is now destroyed, which I wasn't going to use it anymore anyway, but still. And 2, it needed to be thoroughly rinsed. If you didn't want to do it, I would have taken it and taken care of it. So I was not happy about that.
No, I would not be happy either.
Well, and then we had to figure out a different wig.
It never feels like this is going on too long in the process of doing it, but just watching it right here. I'll do it like 10,000 times. But, holy crap, this part goes for the length of a Bible.
It's like a slideshow.
What's that? You trying to clap is amazing.
I could not. I don't know what happened to my brain. I could not do this. At one point, I got my fan out and just started fanning myself, and I was like, "Oh God!"
There it is.
There's that. There's the fan right there. It was beautifully in character. So there's that.
It truly was. I had some of my friends watching, and they were like, "You need to clap," and I'm like, "I am. You just can't see my hands." And then I started doing the cheerleading clap because I'm a former cheerleader, so I'm like this.
Yep.
My sister was a cheerleader, and she has terrible wrist. She was also in the school marching band, and she has terrible rhythm. This is the first show and probably the last show where I'm going to try to use sound effects.
I have to say, these 3 witches were amazing.
They really were.
And of course, our Thomas Doiko as Linda from HR.
Of course.
Yeah.
So Shakira, who is Cigarette, so I met them doing readings for the Zenith players, who are very kind to share these streams with us.
Nice.
And they're just absolutely delightful. Tom, of course, I know from our Renaissance Festival community. And then Peter David, I met doing the New York Renaissance Fair. He started as a fan of mine.
Nice.
And now, like, we'll see each other at random events. Well, not anymore, but it's yeah. My father-in-law says he's hearing the show and us talking at the same time, and it's very disorienting. This is a commentary track. I can turn it down a little further too, if we need be. But where's the volume control on that? There we go. Yeah, so turn down all the way.
Quiet movie. Nobody wants to watch you.
No, seriously, no. Right, Peter David, absolutely amazing fellow. But we were at the Star Trek convention in February down in Baltimore, right before all of COVID happened, and he was talking with me, and David Mack, another Star Trek writer, another fan, weirdly enough, was talking with me, and then one of the Star Trek actors was there. So we're fanning out over her. She's fanning out over Peter, and Peter's fanning on me. And it was just like, and then she's, it was the circle of fandom. But then she just goes, "Who is he?" I'm like, "I'm Shakespeare. How you doing?" It was just this fun, weird moment. And then she's like, "Wait, you're Shakespeare? Oh my god, we talk on Instagram." Yes. So. It was fun and weird. That's a sound effect that could have worked better.
Hey, you tried. That's the important part.
I did. Like, in
You
order
get
to,
A for effort, but like it's B- on execution.
yeah, it looked great on paper. All of this looked amazing on paper. I'm gonna take my camera dark here for just a moment.
When that alarm went off, I was sitting beside Amy, and I was terrified that one of my electronic devices was going off, and I was ruining the show. And I just had to scramble and check everything around me, thinking that it was me.
Amy's husband Jesse has entered the show. Jesse, stick around for the show. Be off-screen husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was even like instinctively looking down at my phone because sometimes I set alarms for myself, and I'm just like, "Why is my phone going off?"
Yeah. If I ever try to do this again, I'm gonna have to have a full Tekken dress. Like, it's just like I'm not quite sure if it's quite worth it. Dakota, good morning. Hi, thanks for joining us and watching. So there is an update for Zoom that's supposed to be coming out, which would allow me to lock everyone's pictures into place.
Ooh.
So wherever I decide you are on screen, that's where forever you'll be on screen.
I love that.
Yeah.
That works.
So it'll be very good.
Yeah. That'll help with a lot of interactions between characters on screen. Like,
Yes.
because otherwise you're like pointing at this person, but for someone's screen, they're actually on the other side. It's like, well, that worked out real well.
So Mitch/Jade and Reverend Tommy are each pulling double duty. The commenting in the comments and commenting on screen. It's just like what is real? What is reality?
You know,
Well,
I didn't even notice there were live
Sunday
comments.
nights where I'm posting on Twitch and on Facebook.
I love your conspiratorial face in this. You're just like,
Yeah, the gigantic line.
See if I can do that in a new tab.
Oh goodness. They called you king. That obviously cannot happen.
Me and my terrible attempt at a Scottish accent.
I thought it was really good. I was like, holy shit, she's pulling this off beautifully.
I was walking Brave the day before trying to
You were doing very well with the accent. I feel like at one point you just abandoned it.
at one point I
I
just
think you did.
Abandoned it.
Abandoned it.
yeah, it just went away.
Yeah.
I was going over the lines and I tried to do the accent. I was like, nope, I'm just going to focus on evil.
Yeah, you did good. You did good.
You pulled it off.
Yeah, what accent is that? Oh yeah, that's evil.
Yeah.
Well, you wear it well.
I don't get to be the evil person very often, so I was like, game on.
Yeah, especially when you get to jab back at your buddy up above. He's like, yes, you're a very clever boy.
Go away.
Is that what I am now? Your buddy up above?
Yep.
My husband,
Yep.
Jack King.
Yep.
Yup.
But how should this happen? Wow. You got here really quick. I didn't even have time for a monologue.
That was brilliantly delivered. Like, how dare you take the spotlight away from me, husband?
Not gonna lie, I totally cheated this whole show. I had my script right underneath my camera, so it looks like I'm making eye contact the whole time.
No, that's brilliant.
I'm just reading it.
That's not cheating. That's being intelligent.
And I was looking at my script the entire time.
Yep.
I had mine next to it. Now I know to put it above or under for the future because I could see myself being like, what?
I usually split the screen. Zoom is on one half, and then my script is on the other half.
That's what I did, but you can still see my eyes occasionally drifting to the one
Right.
side of my computer.
We do that too, yeah.
Look at me. Look, I'm evil. Ooh, I'm being evil. Look at my eyes. They're evil. Also, look at my ring. Look at my jewelry. I did my nails for that. That's the whole internal monologue right now.
It's like, look how evil I am. Regina has nothing on me.
He's
Right.
trying to do his who, what, where.
That eyeshadow is
Right?
You know, Mitch, I've had so many friends say that Lady M is makeup goals.
Right?
Yeah.
She literally
It's like
is.
moon eyes.
So we've had between airing on YouTube on 2 different channels, airing on Facebook on like 3 different channels, and all that. It's been seen now over 2,000 times.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
And I saw the other day you have met goal.
Yeah, we hit our financial goal for the Indiegogo campaign, so that's very exciting. But if anybody watching wants to give more, you absolutely can.
It's a fluffy kitten.
So it's a minimum $5 goal. You can give more. That's always fun.
All you're doing is helping people afford their bills. It's not a bad thing.
This is true.
It's really fun because some of the campaigns hit the goal and kind of stay right there, and then others far surpass it because people see, oh, it's doing well. Let's help it do even better well. So that's amazing.
Poor failed soliloquy.
Lady M doesn't get her monologue. Macbeth doesn't get the true soliloquy.
Who writes this stuff?
Right?
Must be Marlowe.
Monologue later.
Somebody did it in the Catskills. Take that back.
I got the best monologue later, and I am putting that on my acting reel
Do it.
because it's ridiculous.
Oh, the advert.
Yes.
Yes, that was.
Out damn spot.
That makes me so happy that you would want to put that on your acting reel.
Absolutely.
I mean, the comic value of it is just gold alone, as well as the actual delivery, which I think is makes it a double whammy there.
Yep. That was the one part I was like, how do I deliver this? And we were going to try to pre-film me doing something, but there was no way to get the actual spot remover to me. Like, I wanted to film a whole scene in my kitchen, just washing my hands, just, hi, I'm Lady M. But I didn't have time to do it.
We can still do that just for fun.
Right?
Like on the side of the screen, it could be like Lady Macbeth, Queen of Scotland, murderer, comedian.
We'll make it a QVC ad.
Yeah, totally.
I like it.
Hi, I'm Lady M, Queen, Murderer, Influencer.
And a crazy
And have
psycho
people
ginger.
call in with praises about the product.
Right. We'll just call her Lady Crazy Eyes.
Hello. Use Lady Crazy Eyes, up down spot remover.
I said he was dead.
Jasmine killed me every
brilliant.
time she did that.
Oh, I said he's dead. Jasmine was a delight. Oh my god.
The other one.
Hmm.
Hey, I'm Malcolm. I'm the other one.
Aww.
She's such an Eeyore in this show.
Right.
Even some of the comments from patrons were like, such Eeyore vibes.
My intro is so great. Speaking of her, she's producing a wonderful show on July 8th, I believe is the day, Midsummer Night's Dream of Equality, and using a lot of the actors I've used on here, some of the Zenith Players actors, a few other fun random folks.
I'll be appearing as a random, I think, Peas Blossom and somebody else who I don't remember who it is.
You started as Peas Blossom, didn't you, at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair?
No, I started as Shimmer, and you would call me Peas Blossom, and I made a song for you about how my name was not Peas Blossom.
That was amazing. You let me get away with it for like 2 years. For whatever reason. Proving that women just need to tell men to STF you, seriously.
It wasn't even 2 years. It was like 2 days. And I came up to you and was like, you call me Peas Blossom. That's not my name. And I just remember this was my first time talking with you. And I was like, I'm going to do it. Do you think he's going to get mad? Because I don't know this guy. Do you think he's going to get mad at me? I'm going to do it. And your face just dropped like, who is this random fairy and why is she screaming at me in song?
It's like, I love it, and I'm terrified at the same time. And also, I feel vaguely bad.
It was a beautiful first meeting. That's how good relationships are built. You know?
Well, so way, 10 years after the fact, I apologize. And also, so I apologize for that. Also, I apologize for saying earlier in this conversation, you let me get away with it for 2 years. 2 days, all right. My memory was crap, and I apologize for that too.
To be fair, men can't measure, so it's okay.
There you have it. We can be engineers. They shouldn't.
Enter the Jesse.
There is a thing. I just downloaded it to my phone. It's like how people would
usurping what we have rightfully usurped.
I love that line so much.
Amazing line.
I just love the differences between like Lady M and Macbeth, because it's like you have Macbeth who's like the complete cinnamon roll, doesn't want to do anything wrong, and then Lady M is just like, kill everybody, I want my power.
It's like,
Right.
fine.
The crown. The crown, when it goes into your face, you just have such grumpy face. You're like, grumpy crown.
It's like, I'm sad cake now.
Anna
Sad crown.
was one of the first, at the time, little girls who she was quite small when I started the show. She was one of the very first kids to be the King's Messenger.
Yes, you're a
Aw.
great
Many years
boy.
ago.
Now get on with it.
Rushes in.
Get on with it!
She's hateful.
I love her so much. She's not hateful. She speaks truth.
Franco, just say the line.
I don't want to say the line. I am more than just someone who said, yeah, did you know that? Did you even pause to
Oh,
consider
Jeff.
that? Have you ever thought about what it's like to be a bloody sidekick? Think about yourself.
Ouch.
Get him, Jeff.
Oh, okay. Wait, there's no L in promise.
Fine. I swear, or
But don't.
Then all will be well.
Sorry, Amy.
Yeah, none of you could see my face on the other screen. I was just like, me.
Amy's
There were
number one
times-
worthlessness in the eyes of Shakespeare.
Right. There were times during the show, like I had my view on grid view, so I could see everything that was going on because I knew I would screw something up if I was paying too close attention to myself.
Yeah.
But there are times that I'm just like there mugging just in case, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even on the screen. That's fine.
But honestly, if your camera is on, that's what you should be doing. Honestly.
Exactly.
I mean, not nearly enough people understand it. And thankfully, just about everybody. There's my cat! Thankfully, everybody in my shows gets that. Because I have good luck in picking actors of who are.
Shakespeare, you promised me! You
excellent.
promised!
Well, there's so many times in theater, like when you're in a scene but you're not doing anything, that you have to remember you're still in that scene. And that's just, theater 101. That's something we tried to drill into our cast at Jersey, especially for Day's End. If you're on that stage, at least one person in the audience is watching you.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite sequences in the show.
Oh, the news report.
The news report. It's just like, we report, you decide.
I thought that was very clever.
Yep.
Thank you.
The three of them were such a good combo, too.
They really were.
They were.
Meanwhile, Macduff, Lord High Inspector of Scotland, entered.
Oh, Jasmine's stuff.
So
She came on with that beard, and I was done.
I thought she was going to pop the Red Sea, honestly. That beard is so crazy braided as well. She's like,
Country, everyone has been in
It's like a
It is
Blackbeard
very dwarf.
beard.
Yeah.
it's bearded like she's a dwarf from the Lonely Mountain. I mean,
Yeah.
Would me be behind it?
Is it another cousin?
I also love how angry she is at all times until she takes off the beard.
And I said,
It's like, oh, I can let the toxic masculinity go.
Well, when you have a beard that long, there's nothing but rage. Nothing but
Yeah,
rage.
that's definitely true. And you just want to fight people.
How else
Yep,
you get
Jesse
a
knows.
to be so nice and shiny?
Look at Jesse stroking his beard.
Yeah. I also want to point out that I love every time, hey, bye.
Hey, bye.
It's so adorable for you, Amy.
I was like, I can't think of how to do this in a manly way, so it's going to be the girliest, cutesiest way I could possibly do it.
Even though I'm a total murderer.
So K-Bye comes from.
I can't kill Macduff. He's in England.
I love this. His diplomatic immunity.
well, kill the family then. Kill his wife, kill his children.
What did I ever do to you? Like, Loki, what did I ever do to you to make you want to kill me?
You were there.
You paid your bills.
Because she's a ginger. And it has been scientifically proven that they have no souls. Look it up.
I denied if I liked. I can deny anything I like.
That's from The Importance of Being Earnest. That line.
Messenger! Come forth!
She was such a cute messenger.
She really was.
I love that she added a backdrop. Fabricy. Oh, but yeah. Macduff is just so. Macduff, Jasmine is just so great doing this.
I was like so nervous during the entire scene since I was corseted. I was like, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
You can't even see the corset though. I mean, you
Oh, I know, because it's an underbust corset.
Yeah.
That was me the whole time, and then I had my podcast right afterwards, so I was in a corset for like 6 hours.
Oh God.
So it's just like a full fair day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about to say.
Thanks.
Thanks.
It's so great.
Oh my god.
Life travels.
You probably have this. My husband's insane, and I love him so much.
It pretty much is. It's like I love my insane husband and I love his beard.
Right.
That's quarantine.
Can we just start doing the kissy face?
Oh.
Messenger runs into the scene.
Hello, Messenger. I'm Lady Macbeth, mistress of the household.
You were so nervous about this, but you did very well.
Teenage dog, a little
Yeah,
thank
you were amazing.
Yeah.
This is where I was like, where are my children? Did I lose my children already?
Well, at that particular moment, they were.
Here's my younger child, Minerva.
I've never done anything bad to anyone.
I love Maisha so much.
Wow, I didn't pay attention to her face that time. Good lord.
I was just like, I'm a little scared right now.
That's like, okay, Maisha and I are going to have a throwdown for crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, you totally should.
And
Right.
your neighbor, Uncle Flash.
And I had to get the special backdrop for that one just to spite Mother.
Despite me, because I wanted him to go into Ravenclaw, and he was like, no, I'm going to go into Gryffindor because I don't like you, Mom. And I'm like, oh, gee, thanks. I love you too. I only gave birth to you.
It don't matter. We all died.
Choices into consideration.
How may a kind, bucolic, and charming family help you in this?
And here's death to Smoochie.
See, there you have it. Someone in the comments was like, are you referencing a 1990s movie starring Edward Norton? I'm like, yes, I am.
I saw that comment. I was in the regular video also following along.
That's great.
It's just like, yes, this is. I was like, well, yes, I am, and thank you for noticing.
It's always good when somebody gets your obscure nerd references from something.
It's like how deep do we need to go on some of these things? It's like we're gonna reference a 1998 movie about Edward Norton and Robin Williams. Robin Williams being a homicidal former children's TV host. And then they create a beautiful ice show together. It's just like, what? It's like, how is it?
I love how Milo Cam like pops up as soon as like the meowing starts.
Yeah. And right here, he's just ignoring it. He's just ignoring the show.
Next time, more Milo Cam. More Milo Cam all the time.
I'm not paid enough for this show, so you can use my likeness, but I'm not doing anything special.
Daddy, you refuse to give me wet food. BB-8 for Tommy. BB-8 would murder people in that fashion. That's what would happen. I love it though because Jillian's parents just pound her with cats in a moment. Start chucking them at her hardcore. And here we go. Top left corner. Beating her.
Come back here, you're not dead enough.
And the parents just hitting her. The cat.
Death is sometimes funny.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. Sometimes.
Oh my.
I have good news and bad news for thee.
Well, give me the good news first and be quick about it, my lass.
Follow Shakespeare on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you should like
Shameless plug inserted here.
Like, this was supposed to be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, screen nice and smoothly. And It didn't.
Technology is scary.
Technology can be scary.
But also, like when you're in the show and trying to technical direct it all at the same time, it doesn't quite work.
No.
As smoothly, like unless you rehearse it half a dozen times.
You need like a tech person to just do the techie stuff.
Yeah, that's one thing I want to start building into. I want to start building into the budget for the shows, so I can hire a tech person to run stuff.
The show is not sponsored by the Marshmallow Peak Corporation.
Doing it over StreamYard is a little bit easier, but you can only have a certain amount of people on StreamYard.
Yeah, you can have 6 people on screen at once, plus a video happening over on the side, or a shared screen. Then you can have 10 people in the waiting room, so I can rotate through people. So if the entire cast was here, I could just be rotating. Who's on screen? Who's on screen? Who's on screen? Who's on screen? And the benefit is the people in the waiting room can see the entire show,
and then falls
so they know where we are in the conversation.
beats his chest, raises his arms to the heavens and bellows.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
Let's get revenge.
That face though. I love it.
Let's get it.
Revenge. Let's get it. What? What are you saying? Revenge. Let's go get it. Yeah, absolutely.
Spot out.
No,
Out, I said.
we're turning this up.
Then time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. Who would have thought the old man to have so much blood in him? Out that spot. Hi. Are you dealing with a Are you come out? You need to try the Out Damp Spot Remover. Clean up all the blue blood from those pesky little monarchs that flutter all about your head. It even sops up messes from the spilt milk of human kindness. Wipe your dust, please. Dry your eyes. Hail a cab if you're in the city.
I love you.
Will all great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hand? No. But it can be wiped away with the Out Damp Spot Remover. All the perfumes of the world will not sweeten this little hand. Your hands, put on your nightgown, and get the Out Damp Spot Remover. Available exclusively at ShakespeareApproves.com.
I love that so much that you hammed it up for the camera.
Oh, of course.
Oh,
Oh. And now back to our regularly scheduled commentary.
Right. Shenanigans, all of it.
Oh, goodness gracious.
So I found those cats in my grandmother's basement. They were from Hardee's back in the 80s.
Yep. I have them. I found them at flea markets.
We need her eyelids with sharp little talons, and Lady Macbeth is loved. But how is she loved?
To death.
I said, how is she loved?
To death.
Die, crazy Jindra! Die!
I was acting my heart out dying, and I'm not even on screen. There we go. That's a work of art right there.
Like you're just like, I don't care that my wife just died.
Husband's just like, eh. Meh.
He was an instigator.
Make sure that it's someone I know.
Someone I knew.
At this point, feels his mortality closing in on him.
I suddenly feel my mortality closing in on me. Witches!
I don't know why it's funny
What do you want?
to have you repeat the things I say like that, but
I find it hilarious as well, so it's okay. It's okay.
I was told there's no such thing as stupid questions.
No wrong, that one is stupid. And whoever told you that is also stupid.
Still offend.
Burn it all to the ground, Sycorax. There are no sacred cows anymore.
Why are we here? Why have we the retreat? Because I need to know, how will this end?
In pain.
In suffering.
My facial expressions are hard to see behind the beard that kept coming up over my mouth. Yes, throughout the whole show, my beard was shedding because it was a really cheap, like from Amazon, in a pack of like 20 different beards. And pieces of the mustache kept getting up my nose. I'm like, oh my god, it's so itchy. Get out of there.
you should have just kept switching beards every time you were off screen.
They weren't all red though. Most of them were brown, black, or white.
Doesn't matter.
Next time. Next time.
That would have been phenomenal.
Just add beard as we go.
It's like my beard changes colors.
Their laugh was so good.
Made me happy.
I'll just stay in the castle where I can catch up on Star Trek Picard and be safe as houses. What? What's this?
No, I'm so mad at myself because I had a picture of Picard that I was going to pull on screen and totally forgot about it by this point.
Aww.
Yeah.
And he gets the red shirt with a cat. Oh, it's a bad day to volunteer to go first.
Oh, Joel. Joel's been just like Tommy in almost all of the shows.
Really? Come on, this is my third time.
So what's his total death count now?
Alright, this was his fourth show. He died 3 times in this show. 2/3 he died, 1 apiece.
What's that noise?
So
hear
I think
outside
he's
my
what,
window?
5-6 times death.
This is one of the
So the next show that he's in, you have to have a death counter for him at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
You can die as many times as possible.
Every time it dies, it goes up.
I love that they're playing Star Wars right here too.
Yes, I caught that. I heard that in the rehearsal. I'm like, yes. Although his last death, I love the paper plate face.
I will not be
The
afraid.
paper plate face was brilliant. I was dying, laughing hysterically.
Are you daft? We're Burnham Wood, and we're coming for ya.
That accent was so perfectly over the top.
They're wearing trees.
Yeah,
Might be appreciated.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. And Amy's just like, oh, crap.
I'm about to die.
That's not a good sign. I was feeling confident up until this point.
Jasmine's calling her.
This is another moment where I couldn't see anybody else, so I'm like, I'm gonna floss, and of course, Dan is doing it right beside me. But I couldn't stand all the way up because I was only in drag from the waist up.
And I was dabbing and nay.
After that fantastic musical number by Haggis Rampant, and make sure you go like them on Facebook, facebook.com/Haggis Rampant. Go do it.
Amy, you're just like,
After that fantastic number, burst into the scene, replete with bursting action.
I think part of it was that one of my headphones had come out during this, and I'm trying to like secretly put it back in without like making it very obvious that I'm trying to find it.
Or, well, there's something you don't know. What? Are you not left-handed? No. I mean, sure. Whatever. What I'm going to tell you is, I am no man. Me neither.
You were probably like so happy to get that beard off.
God, it was so itchy.
You're like, oh my god, I can feel my face again.
else to tell you? Don't you know that Macduff, bitch, is actually I? Who is me? Was from her mother's womb, untimely. What does that even mean? I was born by C-section.
And she's just like,
Science.
And a rainbow appears. La 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 la.
Yes. And Leon Macduff.
And as they circle each other, fight music begins to play as they prepare for single combat.
Do you remember the 5 sacred T's of it?
Just in front of the camera.
Which is very Star Trek, if you think about it.
Stop, dance, sit, die, and dodge.
They begin to throw cats at each other. You can hear the cats meowing and mewling in the background.
The fur is flying now.
I randomly said that line the other day for no reason, just walking along. It was like, the fur is flying now. Why did I say that?
Another virtual high five.
That one timed out very nicely.
Yeah.
Watching all the murder. The nature.
So I have very small ears, so this whole show, my ear pods were slipping out of my ears.
Oh my god.
Earbuds. The earbuds for me, it's like they hurt after a while.
And then something unexpected happens. The king's messenger bursts into the scene.
Hail, Macbeth. I am the king's messenger, Jerry. Macbeth, do you like this?
Well, yes.
Hello to Mr. Fluffy.
As the messenger throws the largest cat yet, apparently a real cat. Gary,
I was waiting to see Poochie come in.
We were going to do Poochie first, and then we were going to do Karen, and then some of the cues got a little messed up on Jesse's end because he only looked at the script once. But it's okay.
So it's
I couldn't hear you.
I mean, I'm surprised Poochie wasn't just, sitting on your laptop right from the beginning anyways.
Yeah, no. He went to a different room, and I was like, really? The one time that I want you here, you're not going to be here. Okay.
Like, it's all good.
It's like, but when it
There's
works,
Poochie.
I don't want you here.
Your dying face, though, is priceless.
Oh, yep.
Jammed. There you go.
It's revenge of the Poochie.
Yeah, oh, no, Poochie's just gonna wait till you got your next homework assignment, then plop. You ain't doing nothing no more.
That's what he does.
Tigers.
I like. By the way, funny story. The little big tiger that I have is actually the what did you say? Sister or cousin to Karen that we gave to Dan. So
They're related.
They're related to each other.
And then the Captain Kirk. That is your head.
Need not be subjected to the effects of past days.
Jasmine's got rage, man. I love it. I am.
With the genteel pursuits of
Mitch, I have to ask, why the Cher song earlier?
No idea. No idea.
is now king.
It was natural, and that's the important.
It was just one of those things that happened.
I am your new king, Malcolm.
I'm the other one. Donald Bane, if you're interested.
I don't think anyone asked.
No one ever is. But I'll show them all. All future kings of Scotland shall descend from me.
Why is she so?
Yeah, no,
She's so
that's
wonderful.
not how it goes. Ah, a ghost. We've been over this already, and at this point in the story, nearly everyone is a ghost. All of the future kings of Scotland and also of Great Britain after that shall descend from me.
Really? How? Don't remember you had a kid with the story.
Oh yeah, fleance. Shakespeare just left without the interest of making me a comical yes man. Marlowe wouldn't have written such crap.
Yep, and get ready for the Shakespeare burn.
No, Dr. Faustus.
Tamburlaine. Second Tamburlaine.
Oh, and Dido, Queen of Carthage.
Okay. When shall we three leave the day?
I like that. It was like nobody really cares about your feelings, Shakespeare. We're moving on.
We're just moving on with the show.
Let's just get the show over with.
By the rumbling in my tongue, something
Here's my-
crunchy this way.
Maisha randomly appearing there was actually quite beautiful.
To the wearers of the darkness, we can rest assured that, aside from the thousands of dead people, they all lived. Say it with me.
Happily ever after.
Oh, that was fun. Oh my goodness, friends! I hope you had a good time joining me here for this on screen here today. Did you all like doing the show?
Yes, I did. I enjoyed myself very much.
Oh, fun. Especially since it lost less energy for me this time around.
Dancing Glenn.
Well, everybody, I do hope that you will join us for my next show that is going to be happening on Wednesday, July 22nd, and that is the Hamlet Christmas special. We're doing Christmas in July. It'll be Wednesday night, July 22nd, a month from the last show at 7:05 p.m. because we need a little Christmas right this very minute. And then coming up sooner than that on July 8th, produced by Alicia oh my God,
Words are hard.
Aisha Eleanor. I said Aisha Melanai. That's like a really bad ID name. Like she has a fake ID. She's 20 years old trying to sneak into a club. I'm just gonna reverse my name, and no one will ever think it's fake, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like, I'm gonna reverse it. I'm not Will Shakespeare. I'm Sir Wakespeare, right?
It's a great pen name, you know?
It really is. But
No one would ever know.
Midsummer Night's Dream of Equality, which is her benefit show for the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund. That is going to be on Wednesday, July 8th at 7 p.m. So in 2 weeks' time, there is an Indiegogo campaign up for that. I'll be sharing that on my Facebook page as well. Quite a few Renaissance Fair performers that you know from the fair, my shows, Zenith Player shows, we're all going to be a part of it. Amy's going to be a big part of it as well. So we're going to be having a grand time for that. That is another opportunity to help support actors and also support a very good cause. But friends, thank you for joining me for this, our Macbeth Brunch-Time watch party. We'll be doing this again in a month. For the Hamlet Christmas special, and we'll just be doing this every so often, and then at some point this might become a weekly thing where we're just like we'll watch cartoons or something. I don't know.
Or Hamilton.
We should watch some of the references you make in your plays so everybody can finally get them.
There we have it.
That's definitely true.
I like it. That's a very good plan. All right. Does anybody have anything that they need to plug at the moment?
Tune in Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right, one at a time.
You go first, Mitch. Ladies first.
Okay.
You're the one who took over a country.
Amy, you're on screen.
I'm on screen. Hi. So after the Midsummer Night's Dream of Equality, Chase Treasure is also going to be doing a show on the 10th, I believe, another Chase Treasure Ladies Unlaced that I will be in. And we are thinking about doing some fun things, so stay tuned to learn about all that.
I like that you're thinking of doing fun things.
Yes. We haven't decided on exactly what fun thing we're doing, but we're thinking about it.
It's very easy of her.
Very good. Go ahead, Mitch.
Tune in every Wednesday night to my Facebook page, Inside the Drag Closet. And we do a weekly podcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't. We're really just there to have a good time. This week, I have some fantastic guests. I have Miss Divinity Cruz, who is the current reigning Miss Gay Pennsylvania America, and the former Miss Gay America, Katia Lee Love, will be there.
That sounds really fun. How are you getting such great guests?
I reach out. I talk to them. My co-hosts, I have a fantastic team of co-hosts. I have Anastasia Diamond, Scarlet Overkill, and Fancy Dismount. They reach out.
That's a great name.
Right? Fancy Dismount is amazing.
Scarlet Overkill. Is that inspired by the Minions movie?
No, it's inspired by She Always Sticks the Landing.
Yeah. All right, love it.
That's what that is.
Okay.
But yeah, every week I have new guests on. I have one of my co-hosts, and I have a Woo Girl of the Week every month or every week because I want that outside drag perspective. In fact, on July 22nd, we are doing an episode featuring drag kings, and my Woo Girl that night will be Amy Reeder.
Ooh. Well done. I like that. That works very nice. All right. At some point, I want to come onto your show and just provide the I'm just a fan perspective.
I'll put you on the Woo Girl list.
Yeah, I think he'd make a
Oh my god! All right. I hate shaving. Back to look good, but I will shave for you if you are Spock and I'm Captain Kirk.
Oh my god, completely.
All right, we'll
do actually one of the episodes I'm planning on doing. I want to do a night of cosplay drag.
Ooh.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
There's an amazing drag queen. I want to see if I can get her on my show. Her name is Dax !
Nice.
Oh, I love her. I saw her on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, Dax is amazing. Incredible Storm cosplayer. But she's done like so many different comic book characters and cosplay in general. I want to reach out and see if she'll do my show.
That would be amazing. I'm assuming also Dax.
That's her real name.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yep.
If she doesn't do a Dax cosplay at some point in her life, she's just wasting talents.
Dude, just add spots.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, friends, speaking of shameless self-promotion, I hope you join me Friday nights for Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour. That's a thing I do. Friday nights at 5:30, we sit around, we tell jokes, we sing songs, we make toasts, we have a drink with each other. And then Wednesdays at 3:30, we have Shakespeare's Coffee Break, where we just enjoy each other's time with coffee. And then Thursdays, we are talking Trek. So, Mitch, I'm going to have to get you to come on in your Spock cosplay, and we're just going to have a good time.
Absolutely. I have to sew up the hole that's in my uniform.
Well, that only makes sense. Yeah, but
yeah.
It's
new and I haven't worn it yet, but it's got a hole in it.
Yeah, because it came from, just people knocking it out really fast. But I want you to put way too much effort into a random Thursday night show.
Absolutely. Me, too much effort? Never.
Yes, I know, right? That's Thursdays at 6. Tonight at 7 p.m. With Paolo Garbanzo. I need to change this title card here. With Paolo Garbanzo playing Nat 21 Adventures, because the only thing better than a natural 20 is getting a natural 21. It's a Dungeons & Dragons game with your favorite Renaissance performers, including Mab Just Mab and Domo Ignis, Roger Awesome from the Lords of Adventure, and yours truly. I was playing a dwarf. He died. Let's see what happens next.
Why are you playing a bard? Wouldn't it make sense? You are the bard.
There already is a bard who can genuinely play music and do like musical inspiration. And so, what would you have? I'm going to inspire you. Go up and take that hill. I'm just going to keep over here talking randomly. Maybe I'll just come into the microphone and do it in a sexy English accent.
Technically, that still counts for bardic inspiration.
When you're playing the game, but when you're doing a show, I don't think they are so much.
It depends on how you do it.
So everybody, here it is. I just want all of you to know that I think you're doing the best.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm
very inspired.
You're a very kind audience. But yeah, that's, tonight at 7 p.m., 7 to 9:30 tonight, we'll be having a grand time. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Love you all. My cup is raised to you. I've drank 2 mimosas. I am done for the week. I'm now toasting with coffee. So cheers to all of you. Thank you for joining. And we'll see you again next month for the Hamlet Christmas special. Go watch everybody's shows. Inside the Drag Closet Wednesday nights. And then Chase Treasures, Ladies Unlaced on July 10th. Midsummer Night's Dream of Equality on July 8th. Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.
Cheers.